vs. Zombies Garden Warfare is a big change for the series. Shitting the game's old top-down tower defense roots to go third person has given PopCap the room to create a really vibrant new look. But does the decision to turn this into a multiplayer-only online shooter overlook all that masterful strategy we love from the original games?
Well, let's put that to the side for the moment and have a look what we do get with Garden Warfare. The default game mode is a 12-on-12 team deathmatch with the plants squaring off against the zombies to be the first to 50 points. I was surprised to see that only 4 of the plants were selectable though.
Yeah, with the old games you pretty much needed an almanac to keep track of them all. But when I dug in with this, I realised that these plants are more of a hybrid of some of those original types. I spent most of my time with the Cactus. He's a sniper class, but he can also make use of 3 other plants. Walnuts can be dropped to create cover where you need it. Potato mines make for ideal ambushes. And then there's his garlic drone.
I think they did a really good job of making each of the classes look and feel really distinct. The sunflower just looks adorable and acts as the medic, topping teammates up with healing sunbeams. Then the chomper is just frightening.
Yeah, they can be a pain, but they're easy to exploit with the right characters. I'd switch to an engineer zombie whenever a chomper was griefing me. Their concrete guns pack a big punch, and when they're riding their jackhammer, the chompers can't even bite them. I was glad to see for every plant yin, there's a zombie yang.
Yeah, and I was surprised at how much they wove proper teamwork into so much of this game. I mean, everyone can revive a fallen teammate, not just a medic. And you're encouraged to do it because reviving someone takes a point off the opposing team.
This is a really team-focused game, which is great when you have a good team, but it's a nightmare when everyone's off doing their own thing. And it's especially frustrating in the Gardens and Graveyards mode, which is essentially King of the Hill. I got the sense that nobody really knew what they were meant to be doing. Guys, I'm trying to build a teleporter. We won't get far without it. Can I get some help, guys? I just wish they had more modes where it was every man for himself, or maybe a single-player campaign. That would have helped.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true, but that Gardens and Graveyards mode was actually my favourite. There's such a feeling of achievement after you've been able to capture each spot and push the plants back across the map. And then the final act lets you fly to a whole new island for the showdown with a giant sunflower.
Yeah, I just wish there was more of that strategy we love from the old games. The closest this game comes to its tower defense roots is with Garden Ops. This is a 4-player co-op mode where you defend a garden against waves of zombies. And this is where you see some clever nods to the original games, like being able to pick which plants you put in the pots. I just didn't see much strategy in there, and I thought that would have had more depth in these modes.
Well, I think you're being a little bit harsh on it. I mean, they've made this game a team-based shooter, so you can't criticise it for not being more of a tower defense game.
Yeah, maybe, but I just don't know who this game is for, because I think shooter fans will want something a bit more meaty, and I think fans of the original games will want a lot more strategy and depth to it. I do feel like this is aimed at a younger audience, which is fine, but it's also rated M, so kids can't even play it. Overall though, my real issue is that I just think it's too light on modes for a multiplayer-only shooter, so I'm giving it 6 out of 10 rubber chickens.
It is a bit strange that they've made a game that fits into the M category, because it then feels like they're cutting out the audience that it's aimed at. But then, you know, that said, I think they've put a lot of work into balancing the classes so that they're all really unique and fun to play, so I'm giving it 7.5. Now, here's Goose with the news.